Hello, hockey fans. The Minnesota Hockey Connection show is on the air. We're at PACT-TV studios in downtown Duluth in City Hall. And another week of hockey and all the youth tournaments, the high school and the Bantams and Pee-wees and Junior Gold are all done for the year now. So now we just have the college, juniors, and the pros. And first of all, let's start with the Wild, with the pros. They're 5 points behind a playoff spot. And they got, 14 games left. And the team that's 5 points ahead of them, Vegas, has 15 games back. So the Wild have to get real hot to get to that playoff spot as a wild card. So we're going to wait and see, but their schedule, they can do it. They don't have too many really top teams left, They got Colorado and Winnipeg in their division, and then they got the LA Kings a couple times, which are in the playoffs right now as it's going on. So we have to wait and see, but I've been watching them. They've been playing a lot better. But 5 points with 14 games left, that's, boy, it's going to be tough, but they can do it. So that's where the Wild stand. Okay, now what's going on after the high school tournament and the Minnesota hockey, all the youth tournaments, Pee-wees, and that are over now. It's college hockey. And right now, UMD is out. They're done for the year. They lost to Denver in the first round playoffs, best of three. And they had a tough year, let's face it. But a lot of things happened too. Their top center went down right away in the beginning of the year, and that hurt. When James went down, I think he's the best skater or one of the best skaters in college hockey. And that hurt big time because their power play was really potent at that point. And once he went, that power play wasn't the same the rest of the year. But the four teams that are going down to the XL this weekend coming up on Friday and Saturday are the top four seeds in college hockey right now in the National Collegiate Hockey Conference. The NCHC is number one, North Dakota. They'll be there, so they'll bring a lot of people because they love their hockey. Then we got Denver, which just beat UMD. And then St. Cloud State and Omaha. St. Cloud State, I think, has to at least win that first game against Denver, and that'll be at 7:30 at night Friday, and with the Omaha, North Dakota game at 4 p.m. This is all at the XL. And then Saturday, the championship game will be at, what time was it? Well, there's only one game. They have the Wild game, I think, at 1 o'clock, and then it's probably going to be about 6 or 7 o'clock on Saturday night, the championship for the North NCHC. But North Dakota, Denver are in it for sure, and I think Omaha is in it for sure no matter what they do. But St. Cloud probably has to win a couple games. So that's not good for Minnesota teams. The only other Minnesota team in it is the Gophers, and if Bemidji State on Friday night can beat Michigan Tech, then they would be going to the regions because they're not in the pairwise top 16, but Bemidji State can get a free ride by winning their conference tournament, and that's what they're in, the championship game, so Bemidji State still has a chance. So going over in other leagues, Michigan State will play in Michigan. Michigan just beat the Gophers 2-1 on Saturday night. I was there, and Michigan just outplayed the Gophers. The Gophers didn't look good Saturday night. They started playing good. They started playing their game about 5 minutes left in the game, and they scored a goal to make it 2-1. But it wasn't a good night for the Gophers. So, but all three of these teams will be in the regionals. So that's Michigan State, Michigan, and Minnesota Gophers. So over another league that doesn't have any teams close to the top, well, really you got to have about 14 teams to be in the top 14 because we know the Atlantic Hockey Association and the Eastern Conference are all going to get a bid. But the Eastern has Quinnipiac in there. If they can win, then that would help Colorado College and in St. Cloud State to get in. So we have to wait on that. So that's this weekend. And the pairwise right now, as we speak, is the two Boston teams. Boston College #1, Boston U #2, North Dakota #3, Denver #4, Michigan State #5, Maine #6, Quinnipiac #7, Minnesota Gophers #8, Wisconsin #9, Michigan #10, Omaha #11, UMass #12, Western Michigan #13, Colorado College #14, Cornell #15, and St. Cloud State #16. So there's Western Michigan, Colorado College, and St. Cloud State. Boy, it's going to be, have to see what happens this weekend in these college tournaments if they can make the regions, because the only one that can do anything right away is St. Cloud because they're still playing, but Colorado College is sitting there watching. So there can be 3 teams that get in, and then Colorado College would probably be, they would be out, and so would Western Michigan. So we just got to wait and see. So that's where the college is, and then the regions. I know I'm going to the closest one, Sioux Falls, and I'm pretty sure the NCAA will put North Dakota down there because it's close to home, and they can sell out that the Stanford Arena, and that holds 11,000. So that's a big arena for a college hockey game. So we'll see. Wait till the weekend, and we'll know by Saturday night. So next, we're going to get to the state high school tournament. One thing I'll say, they think they broke all records for attendance. It was crazy. I think they had 140,000 for the whole tournament from Wednesday through Saturday. And boy, that's a lot of people. And you got to give Minnesota high school hockey credit. You know, it's still one of the greatest sporting events in the United States, and it's the biggest high school sporting event in the United States by far. So, but to go over, I'm going to start with the AA. In the quarterfinals, usually AA is not that bad. You get 3 close games, maybe one game that'll get out of hand, but this wasn't that way on 2 of the games. Chanhassen beat Rochester Century John Marshall 7-0. Then Cretin Durham Hall beat Centennial 4-3. If I remember right, that went into overtime. And then Edina beat Elk River 6-2. And then the game of the night, holy cow. You should see what happened where all the fans just started yelling. White Bear Lake, in 20 trips to the state tournament, has never won the first round game. So it was 1-0 Grand Rapids with under 5 minutes to play, and then White Bear Lake scores to tie the game. So the clock's running down, and I'm thinking, oh, it's overtime, and I'm turning around to walk out, and all of a sudden I hear this big noise. What happened is Grand Rapids scored with under a second left to play to win the game 2-1. And I'll tell you, that's just crazy. And to see White Bear Lake lose like that for the 21st time. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But so we go to the semifinals on Friday night, and I'm telling you, there's 21,000 plus on Friday night and Saturday. So big crowds for the AA. So Chanhassen gets to the final by beating Cretan 6-1, and Chanhassen's looking very good. So then the second game, Edina took care of Grand Rapids 5-2. And then the championship game, 2-1 Edina. But I'll tell you what, in that second period, Chanhassen had so many chances to score. Give credit to the Edina goalie. But, and plus Edina coaching and that, they hung in there. And I tell you what, it was a great game. Chanhassen went into the third period, had 1-0, and then a kid that scored 2 goals all year shoots off the point, and the goalie was screened and ties the game 1-1. And then Chanhassen got a penalty with a little over 7 minutes left in the third period. And one of their best forwards, Bobby Cohen, scored, and he shot off the point too, and that was a screen shot. But it was a great play by him, and they went on to win 2-1. Edina's the state champion again. And I don't know how many times they've won the state, but it's been a lot of times. So Edina's a Class AA, the big boy school championship. Now we'll go to the I better go to the third place game. Third place game, Cretan beat Grand Rapids 6-2, and then in consolation, Centennial beat Elk River 3-2. And then for the all-tournament team, the 2 goalies was Edina and Chanhassen goalies, Joe Bertram from Edina, who played an excellent game in the championship game, and then Cam Hendrickson, who is the Frank Brinzik Award winner this year, is the best senior goalie from Chanhassen. And he only allowed 1 goal per game for the whole season, and they had a tough schedule, so he had one heck of a year. Only thing missing, they didn't win the state championship. So on D, you got Barrett Dexheimer, Edina, Sam Peckham, Edina, Cooper Anderson, Elk River, and then Owen Bugen from Chanhassen. And then forwards, Harper Searles, Centennial, Max Anderson, Cretan Durham Hall, Jack Christ, Chanhassen, Cannon Lee, Chanhassen, Gavin Eulenkamp, Chanhassen, and then Bobby Cohen, who got the winning goal, Edina. So that's your all-tournament team for Class AA. So let's go to the Class A. Okay, it all started out, this is normal for Class A on the quarterfinal Wednesdays, that you're going to get probably 3 games that are going to be out of hand, and it happened again. It's just the way Class A is. Then you get 4 or 5 good teams, and then 1 or 2 can't make it because they're in the same sections. And then the rest of the teams are not as good as these top 3 or 4 teams that get down there. So start out, War Road beat New Ulm 8-1. St. Cloud Cathedral beat Northfield 5-1. Hermantown beat Alexandria 6-0. Montemita beat Orono 5-2. The Montemita game was a lot closer because there's 2 empty net goals. So it was a close game right to the end until the empty nets. So 5-2 Montemita over Orono. Then the semis Friday morning or noontime, War Road lost to St. Cloud Cathedral 4-3. And then Hermantown beat Montemita 7-6. And that was a great game. We didn't know. Montemita kept on coming back. They were behind, I think it was 4-0 or 5-0. Montemita, and they came back to tie that game, and then it went into overtime, and Hermantown wins in overtime. So that was a great win for Hermantown and a great comeback for Montemita, which was last year's state championship in Class A. So, great game. And then the final was very competitive, but St. Cloud Cathedral beat Hermantown 3-1. So, St. Cloud Cathedral is the state Class A boys for the small school state championship. And then the all-tournament team for Class A, we got goalie from Orono, Peyton Anderson, and then the winning goalie from St. Cloud Cathedral, Nick Hansen, as the two goalies. Then 4D, we got Griffin Sturm. He's only a sophomore from St. Cloud Cathedral. Then we got the Hermantown boy, Henry Peterson, Hermantown. Then Samuel Harris, Montemita. And Joseph Muggus from Orono. And then forwards, I like this kid. He's only a junior, and I hope he stays another year, plays next year. But most likely he'll probably go to juniors, but we'll see. But John Hirschfeld, great skater. He plays the game right. He comes back, he plays defense, but great skater, and he moves. And he was probably top player in Class A tournament, in my opinion. So then we got the Carson Pilgrim from War Road, and he played a great tournament again, and boy, North Dakota's going to love this kid. And then another War Road kid is Murray Marvin Cortez from War Road, and then we got River Freeman from Hermantown, AJ Francisco from Hermantown, and then Andrew Drindell, St. Cloud Cathedral. So that's your all-tournament team in Class A, with St. Cloud Cathedral winning the Class A tournament. And then War Road won third place, and Orono the consolation. So then the next day, went to the Wild game, but before that they had Mr. Hockey Banquet, and the winner was Hagen Burrows, Minnetonka, and the Frank Brinzik, best goalie. Cam Hendrickson from Chanhassen. I got those two right in my voting. Then the Reed Larson, best senior defenseman, is John Stalp. And this kid I really like this kid, and he's coming up to UMD. So I think he'll probably play at least a year of juniors, but UMD got a good one. And then it just came out later on in the week, the Associated Press, the AP All-State team, the player of the year was Hagen Burrows. So like Mr. Hockey, so he won both awards there. Then the first team will go with Hagen Burrows, Tonka, Carson Pilgrim, War Road, Jackson Nevers, another Nevers kid from Edina, John Stalp, Minnetonka, Joey Muggus, Orono, and Cam Henderson, the goalie from Chanhassen. Second team, we got Gavin Eulenkamp from Chanhassen, Noah Ernest, Roseau, he had a great year, Riot Farrell, La Crescent, Nolan Road, White Bear Lake, Rise Wallen, Wazetta, and Hockey Huff, Wazetta, and Owen Bugsgen, Chanhassen. So there you go. Oh, and then we got Hunter Bauer, Tonka goalie, on the second team. So there's the Associated Press all-tournament team. Well, this last weekend, we got Minnesota Hockey does their state tournaments in junior gold, bantams, pee-wees. So it's a big thing. So I'll start out with junior gold. Boy, I didn't put the scores down. But I got the, junior gold B. Minnetonka Blue beat Hill 4-2. And third place, Rockridge beat Prior Lake 5-1. Edina in overtime beat Shakopee 5-4. And then Junior Gold 16. Montemita beat Moorhead 5-1. Rosemont beat Prior Lake 1-0. And Edina Green beat Stillwater 6-1. The Junior Gold program got started when kids get cut from their varsity team in high school, but they still want to play hockey. So they started this league, and it's gone over real big, especially down in the cities. Like some of the bigger schools have 2 or 3 teams in the Junior Gold because there's so many kids that try out. And there's some talented kids that from some of these schools that could play varsity hockey on many teams in the state. But their option at the time is Junior Gold. So that's where a lot of these kids go. So let's go with Bantam AA, the big boys and Bantams. In the championship round, Moorhead beat Hermantown. Hermantown had a very good year in Bantam AA, but they didn't do that well on the championship day when Moorhead beat Hermantown 7-0. And to me, Moorhead is probably the only program, I think, out of the Twin Cities that their program is so good that they can compete with the Twin City teams in high school, where I feel like these teams out of the Twin Cities are going to be fighting to have a good team to compete on a consistent, like going 3-4 years straight. It's not going to happen no more, I think, in the AA especially. So I hope I'm wrong, but AA hockey outside of the Twin Cities, it's hard to compete with those big schools when they have 3,000 kids and they get 60 to 90 kids that try out for high school hockey, where we fight for 30, 35 kids and most of these AA teams. So third place in Bantam AA is Osseo Maple Grove 3, Prior Lake Savage 2. It's kind of funny, Moorhead and Maple Grove, Osseo always do good in the youth tournaments, and but lately these two teams lose a lot of players. They leave high school early and go to juniors or the development team over in Michigan. So it's too bad they don't stay in high school, because these teams would be competing for state championships every year. And then the consolation was Rosemont 3, Edina 2. And the other 2 teams in it was Elk River and Wayzata. So Bantam A, let's move on. Warroad, they got the championship. Warroad 3, Hopkins 0. That's a good year for Warroad. The girls won the state high school tournament. The boys got 3rd place in the tournament in high school. And now their Bantam A team won the state tournament. So Warroad will always be there because they're rink rats in Class A. So that's good to know that at least in Class A, some of the northern schools are doing very good still. And Hermantown's another school that will compete in Class A all the time. 3rd place, Northern Lakes 5, St. Louis Park 3, and then consolation, Mankato 6, and Cloquet 5. Hey, Cloquet had a very good Class Bantam A team. Then Bantam B, Roseville 6, Montemita 2, Rockridge 4, Hastings 3, EP, Eden Prairie 4, and overtime over Maple Grove. And then the other 2 teams were Farmington and Morris Benson. All right. And so here's what's left. Okay, this weekend we have I'll be down at the NCHC tournament at the XL. That's where Denver and St. Cloud State will play at 7 p.m. and then North Dakota and North Dakota and Omaha will be playing the earlier game. Let's see, yeah, yep, 4 p.m. game, and then 7:30 for the Denver St. Cloud State. So there's going to be big crowds for that because as long as North Dakota's in there, big crowds. And then the week after is regionals. I'll be out in Sioux Falls, and if North Dakota is in it, which they will be, no matter if they win, lose, or draw, down in the XL at the NCHC, they're most likely go to Sioux Falls because they can draw fans and they'll sell tickets, and they don't want to send them back east where three of the four regions are back there this year. So and then 2 weeks later, the Frozen Four, where the top four teams from the four winners from the four regions will be in St. Paul again this year. And I was just thinking, St. Paul, the last 3 times it's been in St. Paul, a Minnesota team has won the Frozen Four championship. And Duluth won it in 2011, I think was 2019, and then 2002, the Minnesota Gophers won. So hopefully a Minnesota team can get in there and win it again, make it 4 for 4 at the XL. So, and some tournaments are coming up in the high school. We got the grade 8. Every section of the state comes in there, and they make up all-star teams, 2 Minnesota teams that go to the high performance NIT tournament over in Wayzata. The grade 8's at Doug Woog Arena in South St. Paul. And so then the NIT is April 26th to 28th. The Ted Brill is April 19th and 21st. So they're both in April. And then we got the high performance 16 and 17, so they'll have the final 54. So each one will have 3, there'll be 3 16 teams and 3 17-year-old teams. So there you go. A lot of scores. Congratulations to all the winners. And oh, by the way, the girls winner this year was Edina and Warrow in Class AA and A in the girls' high school tournament. So there you go. There's still a lot of hockey out there, a lot of college. The Wild are trying to get to the playoffs, so we'll see you at the rink. And thank you, Jim and Liz at PACT-TV Studios. And we will see you at the rink still.